It's fantastic. It was a best sort of like decisions in my life. We're running away from politics. We have one life to live, and we need to really look for the best. Exactly. Yes. What is good about it as well? It's not expensive.
Hello. How are you, my friend? It's been a long time.
Habibi.
How's everything? Good.
تفضل.
Hello.
My name is Zuhair Nakash, a British Lebanese citizen. Left Britain, sadly, and decided to go back to Lebanon. Now, what is going on in Lebanon, as we all know, so we took an advice of someone who really cares, such as you, and he says, why not come and explore North Cyprus?
What you used to do before you come to Cyprus?
I'm a
what
computer
was your job?
process engineer. Sort of worked in the UK for 37 years and retired, and I decided to go back to see the family and
To live your life, basically.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So because of that situations in Lebanon, we sort of like thought, why not explore sort of other sort of accommodations, destinations for living and sort of like getting
away from all this trouble and stuff.
Exactly. So you took us around, showed us so many places in Northern Cyprus, and we loved it because we discovered sort of how beautiful and virgin that island is. The people are so beautiful, so welcoming, so friendly. It's not like living in a city, a European city. It's more like in a village where everybody's sort of approachable, helps you, smiles. It's fantastic.
How did it come to your mind that Cyprus might be that destination? I mean, why Cyprus?
Okay, a friend of mine who sort of been researching, and luckily he sort of contacted you, and then my friend told me, why not come with us and see what you think? So it was a best sort of like decisions in my life, you know. Mm-hmm. We explored every sort of like locations and everything.
In the world, you mean?
Not in the world, but I mean, I could have stayed in the UK, but it's like sort of leaving the UK and back to it.
Why did your opinion not stay on UK? I mean, UK is a Europe country. It has all the facilities and everything.
I love the UK. It's like my second home. But to actually leaving the UK for family reasons, because I miss my family, my mom, and all that, so decided to go back to Lebanon. But because of situations in Lebanon sort of got worse and worse and worse, I said, look, this is not really good for us and for my wife, and we need to search for somewhere more stable, more livable. There is law and,
Talking about moving to something more stable, didn't it scare you, the whole point that North Cyprus is unrecognized?
That didn't bother us whatsoever, because it's all politics, and we're running away from politics, and politics never ends. Even if you are sort of like a legitimate country, sort of like say the Ukraine, it's a legitimate country and it's been invaded by the Russians. Mm-hmm. So who is us to actually predict what is going to happen in the future, because these politicians are disagreeing with each other, you know. We have one life to live, and we need to really look for the best. Exactly, yes. Yeah.
I understand.
So that doesn't bother me at all, whether it's recognized or not recognized. I'm glad that I'm living here now at the moment, because there is law, there is safety net, there is security, and weather is the best, really. The beaches are so unspoiled, uncontaminated. So, you know, the best of of everything really is to be here and enjoy.
Before coming to Cyprus, basically you definitely had an estimation of how it's going to be. You had a picture in your mind that Cyprus would be nice or bad or so. What is the reality and your expectations before you came?
Okay.
And after you came?
You can only sort of like explore on Google's internet, but when you come and see it for yourself, it's an entirely different thing. You know, I was sort of like overtaken by what I've seen from beauty, history. You know, the people themselves is what makes the country or give it its identity. And I'm really, really glad that I made that decision in coming in here. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like the UK, but instead of sort of like say United Kingdom, it's Northern Cyprus.
Do you basically all the year you live here, or?
No. We come when we needed a break, and it is a real break. You know, it's like unwinding, venting out all the pressures, and having a good time.
Basically, when you come to relax here and let's say escape from the trouble from home back home, what do you do? What is your daily basis activity that you do, guys? Like, what sort of life do you guys have here when you come to Cyprus?
Well, we sort of like rent a car and explore all the places in the island, and such beautiful places. And there's a lot to see, indeed. You know, we haven't really covered a little, you know. So the more you see the historical background, the more you read about it, the more you see the people, the swimming pools, the beaches are full of people. Even they're crowded, you don't feel sort of like you are threatened or anything like this. Everyone is well behaved. It's just fantastic, really.
Can you tell us more about the positive things that you find in Cyprus and the negative ones?
Okay, well, the positive side is you are met at the airport by a taxi with your name on. You get crossed so easily between borders. The Greek side sort of like say, they don't like it so much, you know, going to Northern Cyprus. But really, that doesn't bother me at all, because I know it's all politics, and I have nothing to do with politics. All what matters is I'm going somewhere to unwind, to relax, and have a good time. Mm-hmm. So this is what really matters to me. Mm-hmm. The rest is unimportant. It's just, you know, we plan our trips, restaurants.
But I mean, in general, Cyprus, north part, what positive things it has to you that attract you? People. People are so friendly, so helpful. They're polite. The food is fantastic. Yeah, we all love food.
It's beautiful.
It's a big part of our life.
And what is good about it as well, it's not expensive.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than all Europe, you know, even in the UK as well. So you're getting a very good deal out of your sort of budget, which is fantastic, really.
Okay. Do you think that Cyprus has any negative parts? Like, do you find anything that's negative in here?
No, I can't think of anything negative at all. You have electricity 24/7, you know, water, ample. There is no shortage at all of basic sort of like services. Everything is provided for.
I'm sorry, just because some of our friends will not understand why you're talking about electricity and water. Can you explain the situation in Lebanon about electricity and water?
You can hardly see any electricity at all.
Really?
Everyone is sort of suffering, living in darkness. For sort of, they're relying on sort of like, what do you call it?
Generators.
Generators to produce electricity. The electricity board is hardly giving you 1 hour or two if you're lucky during the day. So you could imagine.
In the whole day, you have only 1 hour of electricity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're relying on sort of like generators, and these generators becoming like an entity of their own. They can charge whatever they like, because it's a
monopoly.
It's a monopoly, and it's essential for people. You know. Freezers,
of course,
you know, all that. So you need electricity, and you prepare to pay for it beyond your budget.
I understand.
When you pay electricity, you have nothing left for you to live on.
I understand. Can you tell us more about the decision why you chose the property here over the property there?
There is more sort of stability in here. There is no political conflicts that ordinary people can sort of like see or feel, relevant of internal politics, because that doesn't interest me at all. But it gave me a sense of security to make that decision. And it's only 30 minutes from Lebanon. So you hardly sit on a plane, they provide you with a drink, and here you are, you're lending. So it's just fantastic, really.
How was the process of buying, like when you came to Cyprus? How did this process go, and why did you choose this property over other ones, and why this region? Can you tell us more about your experience, please?
Sure. First of all, where we are now is just a high standard resort. Provides all the sort of services, but at high level, good standards, and you feel you're dealing with professional people, and they're not sort of like here, they treat you as a sort of a one hit, and you're forgotten. No, there is a more caring services, and it's a continuous process.
Okay.
And when we require services, it's just a phone call, and they'll be there for you. So, and the sort of accommodations, when we bought it, they gave us a lot of facilities in paying sort of like installments, and they are flexible in that sense of sort of the period. It depends on how you manage your budget, but they gave you sort of like a 2-year process in paying your mortgage full.
Okay.
And the quality of the accommodations they provide as a standard, which is very, very high indeed. And I don't think that you will find a company or an establishment or a business that can provide sort of like granite and marbles and all the high stuff. Even the windows are sort of like double glazed and really, really high standards.
Okay, and how was the process, like when you came to Cyprus, before we met with you, how did it started, and like what was the process in basic terms, like let's say you arrived to airport, we met you, blah, blah, blah. Like explain more about how did you come to Cyprus, your first experience?
First experience is apprehensive in a sense, because I don't know what to expect. But when you see it for yourself, the first sort of like meeting, I felt more sort of like relaxed, because you've given us like your positive vibes, and you haven't got any sort of a business in mind. You put us first as a human being, as a client, as a friend, and you took us everywhere and showed us everywhere, and you left us to make our decisions. And even if it could be against your interest, but it didn't bother you at all. So we made sort of like a decision. You supported us wholeheartedly, because you thought, yeah, this is a good decision. And the services that you provided, you stuck with us. After sales, which is very important indeed, because not many people wants to know you after they've made the deal or the sales. But you stuck with us as a friend, which I really value as a service. And
Thank you.
we become friends. I mean, when I sort of talk about Artyom in Lebanon, I was surprised to see so many Lebanese who I never met or knew. They said, "Wow, this guy," and they started sort of like telling all the good things about you. So that really made me happy.
Thank you so much.
It's
Thank you
pleasure.
so much, my friend. Can you please tell us the price of the property that you paid, and what is the price on the market now of the same exact property that you bought?
Okay.
And when did you buy it? What year was it?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, and we bought it sort of like planned on a plan, for 50,000 pound, 59,000, and now it's 70 and over, which I assume it's a fantastic investment. And we have the choice to let it if we want to as a return, but we don't like doing that because it's our home and we don't want anybody to share.
You want to stay. You want it to stay virgin
Yeah,
for
of
you
course.
and
Yes,
only for you.
Yes, because it really matters. But as far as investment, or if you want to let it, it's an excellent return. And I've made my calculations, which you can get £1,000 per month on average. You know, low seasons and high seasons, minus cost and all that. You are clearing $1,000 a month,
Okay,
which
I
is
understand.
fantastic. But it doesn't really interest us.
So you're not looking for this return.
No.
You just want it as your
Exactly.
let's say getaway place.
Yeah, it's our sort of like what do you call it? A nest for renewing our sort of like love life, you know.
Okay, I understand.
So it's it's great.
Can you show us around your flat, please, and like, if you don't mind, of course.
No, not at all. No.
Can you show us around your
Yes,
flat and
of
then
course.
let our
Yes.
clients understand what sort of property it is?
Sure.
You're the boss.
Do you
Show us
wanna
around.
Sort of. This one was a studio.
Okay, it's a studio.
Yeah, and as you know, a studio is open plan.
Yeah.
So we decided to put a wardrobe behind this mirror.
Okay.
And put a door, so it becomes like
A one bedroom.
a one bedroom.
Okay.
So
From the entrance.
you enter there,
Okay.
and here's the bathroom,
Okay.
and all the electrics. This all comes, the marbles and all the cabinets, are all sort of like included.
Included.
Yeah. What we did is the electrical appliances sort of added. We put a mirror here to give more space, and this is like made to measure unit. This is one of my artwork, my work.
You've done it.
Yes.
Amazing job. Is this like canoa?
This is like a canoe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a canoe.
A small version of it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All what I could say is when you decide to look for a place or somewhere to go and enjoy sort of your free time, relax, be positive, think positive, and all what you could do is to explore and see for yourself, and then make that decision. And people like you, I don't want to be personal, and I'm not sort of like advertising you, is you make people relax with their decisions. You're not forcing any sort of issues that benefits you, but you put us first, which is really important.
This is how it has to be.
Yeah,
in our job.
but not many people think like you or are like you, you know? So this is important.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to our clients?
No, I'm so glad that I have met you and known you, and you become a good, really friend, really.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's
Thank
pleasure.
you. It's pleasure. My pleasure. It is.
It
Thank
is
you.
mine too.